Team Daym. Now, by a show of hands, how many individuals know what they're going to do when they graduate? That's what I like to see. By a show of hands, how many have no idea what they're going to do when they graduate? All right. I'm part of the second half of that question. Because when I was a freshman at Platt Tech in Milford, I had no idea what I was going to do when I graduated. All I knew was the fact that I was in high school. You know, I was ready, I was a freshman. And I didn't have the luxury that you guys have now. This is freshman academy. I wish I had a freshman academy. But I got to go through all the fun things like freshman Friday. I don't think you guys have to worry about that. But that was back in the 90s. Now it's 2015 and things have changed. So if by chance you know what you're going to do once you graduate, I want you to stick with that knowledge. I want you to make sure you're in attendance to school every single day. I want you to grind hard once you graduate. Go on to sophomores, go on to juniors, go on to seniors, go on to college. There's so many different angles, so many different options that are available to every last one of you. For me, in the 90s, YouTube wasn't a thing. YouTube didn't come about until much later. Talking 2005, 2006. So in the back of my mind, I was going to be a plumber. That was the goal. At Platt Tech, they call it a technical trade school. So you can take up different type of shops, different options of what you had. I jumped into plumbing and heating. I will tell you right now, the moment I graduated high school, I tried to do a little bit of plumbing. I tried to take that knowledge and take it out to the field to make it happen. It truly lasted all of 2 hours before I quit. I said, I'm all set. This is not for me. They had me in a small crawl space. And as you see right now, I'm 6'5". Probably back then I was like 6'1", 6'2". I was in a crawl space. I remember a big lead pipe dropping down next to me. That was the sign, the only sign I needed to know this was not for me. So I continued on. I remember working at Blockbuster Video. I remember working at Pathmark Super Drug when it was open. I remember my first quote-unquote real job at Home Depot. Started working at Home Depot back in '96. I was with them for about 6.5 years. And I was actually in the plumbing department. So that's about as close to plumbing that I actually got after I graduated high school. I wasn't happy. That much I do know. I remember waking up every single day like, oh, there has to be something else. I'm going to do something else. I still don't know what it is, but I'm going to do something else. And then it was like job after job. I remember a good 13 years passed, and I spent a lot of time managing overnights between Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart. When I was working for Walmart, something changed. Now we're talking 2010. And I remember having a Kodak bloggy that I kept with me because I did start a YouTube channel at that time. And I was just kind of posting random things to my channel. It was nothing crazy. One day I decided to post what I was actually having for lunch. And I remember I went to Burger King and I got the French toast sticks. And I put that up on YouTube and it had a few views. And to me it was amazing because it was like 200 views and I was like, oh wow, 200 views, I must be doing something major right now. To me, 200 views was amazing because it's like 200 individuals watched me eat some food. That's how I looked at it. I was like, oh, okay. The following week, I remember going to McDonald's. They came out with the frap. I did the review for a frap, and I kind of turned it into a little commercial. And I remember I was on a basketball court out here in New Britain for part of this whole entire video. And that had more views than the Burger King French toast sticks. So I said to myself, every week, I'm gonna post one review of some food that I'm having for lunch. And that's exactly what I did. And the channel started to grow. More individuals started to watch it. I was like, oh, I'm on to something right now. This is something great. This is something major. 2012, I did a food review of Five Guys Burgers and Fries. I didn't think nothing of it. Put it up like I put up all of my other food reviews. It is what it is. But on my Facebook account, one of my friends hit me up like, Daym, just to let you know, I took your Five Guys Burgers and Fries review and I put it on Reddit. At that time, I didn't know what Reddit was. I had no idea. I just said, fine, great, whatever, do what you have to do. The following morning, and I remember that night when I went to sleep, it was about like 5,000 views. The following morning, it was over 100,000 views. The same video. And I was like, oh, hold on, is that Reddit? Has to be Reddit. So then I decided to go ahead and look at Reddit. And sure enough, the video was on the front page of Reddit. And for those of you familiar with Reddit, they call Reddit the front page of the internet. So if something goes on Reddit and gets voted up to the first page, trust and believe it's going viral. I was shocked. I sat there, I wanted to show the world. That's what I did. And when I say the world, it's just my family, close friends, you know. But then I was on to something because the video just kept going. It didn't stop at 100,000. By that afternoon, it was over 200,000. By that night, it was over 300,000. And I was like, oh wow, this is crazy. Then I was contacted by an individual named Andrew Gregory. And he's part of the Gregory brothers. And they're well known on YouTube for auto-tuning the news. And they said, hey Daym, look, we loved your video. We took your video, we turned it into a song called Oh My Daym. I was like, okay, let me go ahead and check it out. I look at the link and I'm sitting here smiling with a cheesy Kool-Aid grin from ear to ear because this video was amazing. They took a regular food review and just kind of turned it into a music video of me inside my vehicle reviewing food. Today, that very video, Oh My Daym, just recently hit 25 million views. My video that I remember ending at 5,000 views of a regular double cheeseburger with extra crispy bacon, well, it's now over 6 million views. When I say that overnight success happens, it does. It can happen for any individual. It happened for me. Because now I'm remembering my dream so long ago when I was working at Home Depot, and I said I didn't want to do this every single day, but I didn't exactly know what I wanted to do. To YouTube provided me with an outlet to do something that I truly wanted to do and actually truly enjoy. Around that same time when all those videos that we had out were going crazy and getting so many views, that's when different networks started contacting me. That's when I had an opportunity to get my own television show in 2013 with a travel channel called Best Damn Takeout. They gave me 6 episodes for a limited season, and that was like me getting my foot in the door. And that's all you need. You only need but one individual aside from yourself to believe in you. But it has to start with you. It has to start with your passion about something, about anything. I look at the audience, and I see doctors and lawyers, actresses and actors, scientists, and I see YouTube creators. I see individuals doing and becoming anything that they want to do and or become, but it's up to you. There's nothing that I can do for you. There's nothing that somebody else can do for you. Because if you wake up every single day and you don't care about what you're going to do for that day, it's only going to be an issue later on. And being the fact that we're not guaranteed nor promised tomorrow, your right now matters. Your every second matters. When you walk out those doors, it matters. What you learn today, what you learn tomorrow, what you learn next week, it matters. I always said to myself in school when I was in science class, and I always remember, the teacher was like, "Damn, how come you're not paying attention?" I said, "Because I'm not going to use this when I graduate." That is like the only subject that I truly paid attention to aside from English, because I loved English, was math. Because I was about my money, so I know I needed math. That was about it. I wasn't a straight A student. I didn't try to be a straight A student. I was the individual that during class I was in the hallways. I had student passes. I had every excuse under the sun not to do actual work. And the reality is, with the lifestyle that I had in school, with the attitude that I kept in school, if it wasn't for YouTube, I'd still probably be at a miserable job every single day. I had my first daughter when I was 19 years old, and then I had my second child about 2.5 years ago. Now, my first daughter, when I had her and I was young, you don't automatically come into the world knowing how to parent a child. It doesn't happen that way. It won't happen that way. You're gonna learn along the way. You're gonna make every mistake under the sun along the way. And your decisions, you're gonna make great decisions, and then you're gonna make decisions that you wish you've never made. But you're still gonna be educating yourself along the way. You're still gonna become something great along the way. So with parenting, I had to teach myself. It was myself, it was her mother, it was our child, and you have to do the best that you can with what you had. So I told myself I needed 2 more jobs back then. So I worked 3 jobs when I had my first daughter. I did what I had to do to make sure that my family was taken care of. Because that much is what I remember from everything my mother always taught me. She did her best to keep me out the streets. She did her very best to keep me safe. She definitely did her very best to make sure that I had what I needed. She always told me, "Boy, you're not gonna get what you want, but I'll make sure to give you what you need. The rest, that's up to you." So when it came to video games, I had to make sure I got that job quick so I could come up with some money to purchase my first video game system. And that's what I did. Every day is on you to make happen. I think the greatest part about this moment right now is the fact that I'm gonna look back on this footage. And not so much footage of myself, but footage of every last one of you. I have my man Reg over there taking pictures. I have that secondary camera facing you. Because I'm gonna remember the hands that went up for individuals that said they know what they wanted to do when they graduated. And I'm gonna wait a couple years, and I'm gonna see if I see any faces that are familiar a couple years from now of individuals actually going out there to make it happen. But the question I pose is, who are you going to inspire? Who's gonna be the individual, who's gonna be that class that's gonna look up to you for doing something great? This is New Britain, baby. Home of the finest right now. Home of everything great, home of everything that's going to be possible. Because possibilities are truly endless. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to stand up, we're going to get excited, because this is going to be the fastest moment in history. I just want to make sure you're ready. If you're sitting there looking like you're about to fall asleep, you're going to be sitting there looking like you fall asleep to the rest of the world. So let's go ahead, let's wake up, let's get excited. Feel free to tag yourself on Instagram as Daym_drops. It's going down, the super selfie. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready?